Hello, hello, hello. My very first live with Chalk Couture. I'm Victoria. Welcome. I'm going to wait a couple minutes for people to join and then we're going to go ahead and start chalking. I've mainly done lives on Facebook, so this is very new to me, but I'm hoping to get my ChalkBox by Victoria channel here on YouTube going and do more on YouTube and teach you guys all about Chalk Couture and all the wonderful fun things that you can create in minutes. So I picked should be a nice spring day, but it's snowing outside here in Montana. Craziness. Here in my chalk box, I have actually an original scrapbook box that I've turned into my chalk box, even though I still scrapbook. I've got a lot of our little blackboards behind me, and so I am just going to actually talk you guys through this. If you haven't seen Chalk Couture, we are about 10 months old. And I've been in since July. July 1st is when we started joining, having designers join, and I started the end of July. So it's been great. It's been wonderful. I invite you to go check out my website at thechalkboxbyvictoria.com. You can shop there and you can join my team as a designer, which I think is the very best, most cost-effective way to get started, especially if you want it all. Then being a designer is the way to go. You get a wholesale discount of 40% and it's only $99 to join. And you get almost $250 worth of products now. We'll have a kit coming up on Tuesday. These are our chalk paste that we formulate all on our own, and of course white is the probably the biggest selling colored paste that we have, and that's because of how it contrasts on the black board. But you're going to see with a lot of my videos that you can do it on any surface. You can do it on glass, you can do it on wood, metal, ceramics, of course chalkboards, and we're just gonna enjoy the world of chalking on this channel. So, and a lot of other things that I do. I do like to do a lot of crafts and try a lot of our subscription boxes to different things. So I'd love to have you guys come and join me do that. Today though, can you see the pineapple behind me? I know you can't see the writing. That little pineapple up there is not a Chalk Couture board, but that is one of the transfers that we will be using today. Today is a good day for a good day. I just think for spring, it's amazing. I'm going to do the rustic wreath in some of our chalk paste. We have over 30 different colors of chalk paste that these big 3-ounce jars you can use over and over and over again on multiple projects. And that is the one thing I want everyone to know, not only how easy Chalk Couture is, but how efficient, cost-effective, beautiful gifts that you can give people just by using a little bit of paste and any kind of surface with our reusable silkscreen transfers. So today I'm going to make a Lazy Susan. We're going to use this silkscreen transfer, which I've got a few things in the way, so let me grab a new one for you. We're going to be using the rustic wreath. Inside of that, can you see it? It's our colored blue, and it has kind of a basic wreath on a wood round. So I'm not even going to use it on a chalkboard live. I'm going to use the wood round. In the middle of it, we're going to put this saying, today is a good day for a good day. And we're going to go ahead and just use lots of these little spring flowers to add on and layer colors to our wreath. So that is the plan for my very first YouTube live video. I'm very excited. I've done a lot of edited videos out there, and I'll keep doing that. But I've gone live a lot on Facebook. I have a Facebook business page, the ChalkBox by Victoria Facebook business page. My name's Victoria Pagan, spelled P-A-G-A-N. You can always find me on Facebook and see some of my work there. I'll tell you though, I love all of our Chalk Couture boards, and we have big porcelain steel boards that I absolutely love with white frames or teal frames or black frames. But I went to Lowe's and I stained a wood pine table round, and I added a lazy Susan attachment. So you can see, not very expensive. And this is what we're going to chalk today, and we're going to make it permanent. So I want you to see that. I'm going to get on my iPad, try and get us in so I can kind of watch to see if there's any comments on YouTube. If it's anything like Facebook, then I want to make sure and catch your comments, answer your questions if I can, see them. And I should be able to see them better on my iPad. That's what my hope is. I am sometimes technologically challenged, and I learn that every day from my 6-year-old. It's him and I here in Montana, and he is so much better at my iPads and iPhones and Macs and everything else than I am. So let's see. Okay. Oh my goodness, can you guys see me? I bet you can't even see me very well. Let me Well, you guys can hear me, can't you? So it looks like I've been talking for 6 minutes. Hopefully you guys can see me. I'm hoping it's not the way, at first it wasn't just my face. Hi Susan, thanks for joining. I hope in the beginning you could see, can you see my face? Could you guys see my transfers? Never have I done YouTube yet, so as a live. I've done it as edited videos, but I haven't done a live. So I want to get in, make sure that you guys can see this and that you can chat with me. So this one's probably going to be a little bit longer video than you guys are used to me doing. Yay! Okay, so Susan's helping me out. I adore Susan. She's from Maine. She does Chalk Couture, and she likes to make sure that that I look my best, right? So let me go ahead. I'm going to move the camera now so you guys can actually see the projects. I haven't gotten into a lot of Switcher Studio and things like that yet, but I want to. So let me move this down and get my Archon set up so you guys can see my project, because I'm going to, sorry for the crazy movement there, but I think that we can do it. You can see my lazy Susan. It doesn't seem like this has a lot of, that YouTube has a lot of lag time like Facebook does. And now I can see the chat. So thanks again for joining. With this silkscreen transfer, I have used the ones I showed you guys, the ones brand new in the package, because these are very reusable. I have used these before, and the first thing I want to start out with is the rustic wreath. So we're going to put, see, you guys can see I have used the rustic wreath a million times already. I've done it a lot on fabric with our inks, but I thought with my first live video on Chalk Couture, I want to start off like I originally started in July of 2017 and use our chalk paste. And please like or subscribe to my channel if you have not yet. I am new to YouTube, as you can tell, and I'd love to get some followers. We're gonna see a lot of chalky creations. Once in a while, I may get on with some of my scrapbook creations as well. And anything crafty that we can do is something that I want to do. And I want to make sure and answer any questions, give great tips, teach you guys some of the things that I've learned along the way in anything that I do. I appreciate those kind of YouTube videos. So that's what I'd like to do. I'm going ahead and taking a squeegee. This is like a putty spreader. Oftentimes you can find it at Harbor Freight. And what I like to tell everybody is, when in doubt, I'm rubbing it out. That's just the kind of girl I am. I want to make sure that there's no bubbles around these. As you can see, and I should have showed you, which I will show you guys once I kind of put the first one down, let me get one of the pieces to the rustic wreath. So this is a part of the rustic wreath as well, and once again, as I said, I've used it before. I want you guys to see that this is a reusable silk screen. So you can use it many times as long as you take care of it, and dependent on what types of surfaces you use on how many times. But you wash it with cold water, and do you see how you see through that? That's where your chalk paste goes. That's what makes the perfect font and the perfect design, is because your chalk paste only goes through the clear silk screen part of that silk screen. That blue, it can get stained and colored all you want, but it will not go through that unless you ripped a hole in it or kind of stretched it out and it created a hole. Very hard to do. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and tell you guys to do it and become Evel Knievel like where I'm from, and you know, try to ruin it by any means. But that's what makes Chalk Couture very cost effective, is the reusable transfers and the multi-use paste. You aren't just going to get a one shot at anything that you buy with Chalk Couture. So that's why I like to get all the bubbles out. And I just put it on that stained piece of wood and centered it where I thought it should be. And this is about a 16-inch round, just so you know. So the next thing I'm going to do, and it's really 3 steps and you're done, unless you do what I'm going to do tonight and layer, is I'm taking our new emerald chalk paste, taking that little sticker off, 3-ounce jar. And these new jars are great because they keep that in so it doesn't dry out as much as our first original bottles did. So let me get that. And I'm not gonna lie, I usually use whatever is closest to me. And I know I took my wet wipes out of here to wipe my son's face, who's trying to get into the office right now. I can hear him. So maybe I'll put him to work. Maybe not. I think he chickened out. He was scared. So, oh, I hear him knocking. So I'm just stirring that up to make sure that it's a yogurt consistency and it's going to go through. So I'm going to take a paper towel here and just wipe the end of my paintbrush, because sometimes I like to do a touch-up or fill-in color with this paintbrush. And we have small squeegees, angled squeegees, and they're all our little Tiffany colored blue almost like. And I cut mine up so I can do it with intricate projects. But literally all I'm going to do, and I'm going to go quick, and I'm messy. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm messy. So I'm just going to wipe this around. And you don't want that chalk paste to dry. So I'm just going ahead and doing this and getting the green on that initial wreath. And then what I'll do is, I don't like to keep my transfers sitting in a pool of water like many do. So I'm just going to kind of put this to the side, and I'll go wash it in cool water so I can use it again. The reason I don't like having it in a pool of water is because I can lose the stickiness and not get as many uses out of my transfer. So like I said, the reason I wanted to do YouTube and give all the little bits of information that I know is just because of that. In the last 10 months that I've been chalking, I've learned a lot of good little tidbits. I used to keep mine in a bathtub of water, my nice big ones, and then I didn't get as many uses out of them as I wanted to. So I don't like them to sit in water. I do like to make sure that I cover all of that silkscreen, and then you just put the excess back into the jar. So you'll see me just put that excess, scrape it off as I go around. And the great thing is I already stained this and put that Lazy Susan part on. So I can kind of just spin it as I go and work very quickly. Once again, if you have not heard of Chalk Couture yet, I am telling you, for wedding gifts, baby gifts, birthday gifts, home, new house gifts, just to put those statement pieces in your home and be able to change them out every season or once a month, this is such a cost-efficient, easy thing to do. Anybody can do it. My 6-year-old son can do it. Of course, some things are a little harder than others. It does take a little, not practice, but knowledge from others. We learn from each other. So step 3 is to peel off that transfer, and voila, the magic happens. And the chalk paste is still a little wet, but you're going to see after a while when it dries up a little bit that color's going to pop at you even more. It brightens up and pops up as it goes. And it only takes minutes to dry. So in 15 minutes, I'll be able to wipe that with my hands and it'll be dry. And literally, if you don't want it permanent, you're just going to take a spray bottle, spray it, set it in, and it will come right off. So there's that. Now, if you want it to dry, if you want to dry it quicker, or see, I made a little mistake here. You can take a wet wipe, a Q-tip. I have Q-tips. Sometimes I just lick the Q-tip, get it wet there, or do something, and you can wipe that mistake right off. It's chalk. That's all you do. It's not going to be permanent. Love it. If you haven't gone out to see what we have, please go to the ChalkBox.com, click shop, and you'll be able to see our wide variety of transfers and our different colored chalk pastes and our new inks that I absolutely love, love, love. You can also join the team. It's $99, like I said, for it's almost $250 worth of product now. So, and you get a 40% wholesale discount. I mean, even as a hobbyist, which I planned on starting out as, and I didn't even get my kit before I was like, people want to know about this business. Then I just started rocking it because I have a wonderful team. So if you want to join my Stars team, please, please reach out to me. Go ahead and click and join by using Google Chrome and join the team. You'll get a lot of advice, a lot of help if you need it, or if you just want to reach out and like I said, find out the tricks of the trade per se or for hobbying, I'd be happy to share that with you guys. So if you want this to dry a little quicker, especially when I start layering soon with different colors, you can use a hair dryer or a heat gun tool if you've been a scrapbooker or anything, and just put a little air on it. I'll talk a little louder so you guys can see. You'll be able to see that color change, of course. And I just like to get a nice little dry going on before I start layering. I'm going to actually add the words with a different transfer next, but I thought I'd show you guys how to get a quicker dry when you're adding on colors. And then I'm technically going to make this permanent by adding a Krylon acrylic coat so I can give this as a gift. My aunt has been dying for one of my Lazy Susans, so it is time for me to make her one. So also, as I said, behind me I had that pineapple, and I use this today as a good day for a good day. I just think how uplifting in the spring. Our world is filled with so much hate sometimes that I'll tell you what, just having something there in front of you to remind you that we need to have good days is amazing. So I love, love, love this transfer from 2018, February of 2018 release. We have 4 releases a year. So we're getting a small, 2 small and 2 large releases. We're getting a small one this week, but I still invite you to go check out what we have from our large release in February because we had a lot of amazing transfers. So I'm going to pull out some of my other pastes that aren't in the 3-ounce jars that you're going to see, but mainly you're going to be able to shop for the 3-ounce jars when you're on my website. Because I really want, oh no, you know what? I'm going to go with canary like I did on the pineapple. And that is in a 3-ounce jar. This is canary, and it brightens up quite a bit too, and I think it'll go well with emerald. So, you know, it's kind of funny when I chalk live how I have, before I go live, I have a million squeegees there at my fingertips, and then once I go live, I can't find any of my squeegees. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, I think, for me. So I'm going to go do a stir. Once again, make sure you're at a yogurt consistency. I'm going to just kind of dot this around because I want to go quick. Not quick enough to make mistakes, but just quick enough to show you how easy this is and how you do not have to be creative to do this. Literally, it's all here for you. Now, if you want to be creative and start layering different things and adding different transfers, absolutely you can be creative. Absolutely. We can mix colors and do, you know, an ombre effect or, you know, just a little rainbow effect. But this one I really want to show you how replicable it is. So you're going to see today is a good day for a good day. Right in the middle, and this once again as it dries is going to get brighter as well, and all I do is wash that transfer and use it again and again. I love that, I use my transfers so many times and make gifts. I've become quite a big gift giver these days because of this hobby. I just love doing it, and it's just fun. I have to chalk every day. It's just my thing. I've chalked on paper. As a matter of fact, I'll go show you guys. I was a scrapbooker. I still am a scrapbooker. But I chalk so much that my scrapbooking, I was kind of going by the wayside, but this was a scrapbook page I just made out of one of our new little transfers called Can't Touch This with the cactus. Isn't that stinking cute? Going for a trip to Arizona or New Mexico or Southern California. Great to put a little picture up here. Love it. So we're going to let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot of heat. That canary is a lot brighter than you would think it is. Especially when it dries. Okay, So anybody that knows me knows I'm not really a pink girl or well, I like Pink the musician, but I don't really love the color pink or flowers. I have a 6-year-old son, so that should tell you guys something. So this one, we're gonna open up a new transfer of mine, and we're gonna start layering different colors. And so you can see with some of these how you can lay the first flower on and then put another color on top of it to give it kind of a 3D effect. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use some of those to really brighten up the flowers. Then you can change up the middle and you can do something like these right in the middle. So that's what we're going for. I'm going to open this up. Looks like I'm getting a text in the middle of this. Sorry, everyone. I forgot to put it on airplane mode. But whoever texts me, just want you guys to know, I'll get back to you. It'll just be after the video, the live video, because it looks like it is possibly a Chalk Couture question. So I'm just gonna, do you see these lines in the silk screens? You can cut on these lines to switch them up. So oftentimes you're going to see some of our silk screens have one beautiful design that you can cut up or keep as one and just do the artsy thing that you do, or you can cut it up into pieces and create your own little little artistic project, and that's what we're going to do with this one. I'm going to actually sit down. I've been standing so I can cut some of these and look at the questions, I hope, if there's any. It's my Susan, yay! Okay, something wonderful in the middle, looking good. Yay, Susan. She has done this on a Lazy Susan too, so this rustic wreath, I love it. And then she put a different saying in the middle. So you guys see how versatile this product really is? You can do anything with it. And I will tell you what, most of the time I don't keep things permanent because I want to erase it and change it again. That's why I have a bazillion and one chalkboards behind me. Predominantly Chalk Couture chalkboards, because in the last 10 months I've chalked everything. But I will tell you that some of my statement piece projects are so much nicer on a porcelain steel magnetic chalkboard that we have with Chalk Couture than on some of those just, you know, cost effective, yes, from Hobby Lobby or Home Depot, MDX kind of particle board things. And of course, when I started out, I was buying those a lot, but I really did not like the look of my layered projects, you know, sometimes because of the stickiness on the back of the, you guys can't see me cutting or what I'm doing as I'm talking to you. Sometimes because of the stickiness on the back of the reusable silk screens would pull up paste on a cheaper board. So that is why I just started loving my projects on the best boards that I could actually buy. But you literally can pretty much chalk any surface. I've chalked my walls, I've chalked my dishes, I've chalked everything. So so I'm gonna just show you guys some of the random things I do. And you guys are gonna think I'm funny, but I'm gonna use a spray bottle to clean my squeegee because for some reason, oh, I found more squeegees, guys. You know, when I'm talking to you guys should also remind me, I am chalking in my ChalkBox. So I have 1,000,001 little plastic boxes that slide in and out of my ChalkBox that have a ton of things like squeegees that I need. So we're in serious business now. Let's get that back there. And I am going to use our purple chalk paste because I do like purple and I like our Thai teals and Caribbean blues and greens. And you can see I'm just going to go ahead and kind of give it a little squeegee. If you ever think that your paste is not the consistency that you need it to be, I say go sparingly, but use a little water just to loosen it up. Don't use a lot though, because it is water soluble, and actually you can get your paste too thin. If you ever did that, I would suggest using your light corn syrup to add a little thickness to it. But once again, use everything lightly, and these are just tips that I learned along the way. So I just love to share those kind of things because we want to make, all of us want to make our dollar go as far as we can get it to go, right? So I'm even going to put some of this flour off of the Lazy Susan. We're going to rub that down like I said before. My favorite saying is, when in doubt, rub it out. Make sure it's nice and smooth. The reason you want to do that is you don't want any bubbles in that silkscreen. You want to be able to put that color on nicely and easily and not have any bubbles that might mess up the font or the design. Then you want to take that excess off. It'll dry quicker, and you just want that excess to go back into your jar, right? You want to use this as many times as you can. So, and you can see I made a little mess boo-boo there. So I'm going to water my Q-tip before I take it off, and I'm just going to kind of get that little purple part off of there with the Q-tip. So mistakes happen, and I love to do mistakes online so you can see it's okay. It's absolutely okay. So then that's going to dry. We're going to shoot it with a little bit of heat or a hair dryer if that's all you have. Use it because we want to layer on that flour. Can you guys see that? Let me go somewhere where you can see. Kind of have that there. And remember how I said I don't like pink? Well, I'm not a pink fan. I do like putting once in a while some things on with pink, but I'm not a pink fan, but I think my aunt will be. So we're going to use some bubble gum on the next flower. I'm so excited to be on YouTube and hopefully get a real following coming in and checking the crafts and going live. Please remember to go out to my website at the ChalkBox by Victoria.com. Once again, you can shop or join. Please use Google Chrome. It seems to be the most user-friendly. Just to learn a little bit more, please reach out to me. You can reach out to me by Facebook. Follow me there, follow my business page. If you have any questions, if you'd like to join my VIP shopper group where I give some deals, and I will be giving to my VIP shoppers some deals in the middle to the end of May, because I have not been putting a lot of deals out there. We've been having some new kits, so I'm going to do that here soon. But then I'm going to have some deals on my inventory. I just have to wait until after the big Mayfair that's here on Mother's Day weekend. So we're still continuing to layer. Now I'm going to go ahead, because you can see those green, the wreath still, so I'm going to add some different pops, and I'm going to do it to the bigger one first. And so you see how I made a purple with the big flower? I'm going to go over, I'm going to try to find the best angle of how I did it. You can line them up and make your impression. But I have to find, I think this is what I did with the flower. So I'll line it up, it's dry, and I'll just put that silk screen over it because I kind of went off of, remember I went off of the Lazy Susan because I wanted you guys to kind of see all the different things you do there. It does not have to be perfect, okay? Because most people aren't going to know the difference anyways. But we are all going to be perfectionists with our own work, so you guys will more often do perfect than not do perfect. And I do not like my stuff to be like everyone else's. I've never been that way. When I'd go to crop clubs, I'd always use the other side of the paper than what other people are using or what the little project was. So I think outside of the ChalkBox people. Doesn't mean it's perfect. Obviously, that does not have to be perfect there, but it just gives both shots of each one. And it covers it quite a bit. But you're going to have that layered effect, and then I'm going to put something in the middle. And I like to do more than just two colors as well, because then it takes away from that back rustic wreath that we were talking about. I'm going to make sure that's dry. I'm going to line this up. Oh, the best way I know how, ladies and gentlemen. Put that there. I'm going to do a shot of my purple now over that. And then I'll do a middle color to really get a few colors going on. I want this Lazy Susan to be very springy for my aunt. I moved away from her and she misses me and I miss her. As a matter of fact, I usually call her on the weekends and I haven't done that this weekend. But I don't want to let her know that I'm making these projects for her. So maybe I won't, because I'm not very good at surprises. As soon as I make something, I have to give it away right away instead of saving it for a particular event. Shame on me. I'm going to shoot them with the heat gun again. The other thing you guys can do is, if you are scrappers or embellishers and you have embellishments, you can add them to this. I want to try to make it as flat as I can. Even though I'm going to stick a sealant over it. Chalk paste does rise just a tad bit because it is chalk and it's a paste, it's not a stick. So it's going to rise a tad bit. But we want to add another color, don't we? So let's add some Caribbean. Let me get back to our transfer that we're cutting pieces from. And I think I'm going to do something fun from in there. So, once again, I'm going to start cutting. I think I'm going to put some mint leaves between it too, because I love mint and lime green. Anything green. Green is my favorite color, but we're just going to have lots of spring colors. Get our spring on. Speaking of spring, I got my spring cleaning on. This morning I woke up early. I started cleaning out my second vehicle that I haven't been driving this winter, and my camper that I pulled over. And then I was on such a roll that I started unpacking boxes out of my garage because I moved into this house. My son and I moved in we closed on this house December 11th. So it was before Christmas, and I really did not get a lot of those wonderful little boxes in my garage completely undone yet. But to be fair, I don't use it as a garage because I'm going to get a big garage eventually, because I want to take that garage, put in a lot more windows, and have a completely new craft room. So I got a lot of big plans. But the more and more I do of my Chalk Couture, I'm going to need more and more space for all my little classes. So here's some Caribbean. You can see I've used it a lot. I started using this jar, and I've used a lot of it. And this is a 2-ounce jar, so a smaller jar, at Christmas time. And I can tell you, because we had to build a gingerbread man set, and I used a Hobby Lobby board that I had found, and the frame was this color. So I started using this jar, and I use it on a ton of projects. Not going to lie. I used it a lot, and look how much is still left. And now our jars are bigger, and the seal is better than what this was. So I'm just going to add some of these dots into these flowers before we go on. And you can see I just kind of pulled that up, and as long as the silk screen's clear, I'm just adding some more dots there. So once again, thank you so much for joining in my YouTube channel's first live video. If you have any friends or family that you think would enjoy chalking, please have them subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe so we can get this channel really going strong. Let me see. I wanted to do some leaves. So I'm going to take these leaves here at the end, nice big leaves, and add another pop of color, or kind of a 3D punch to our little wreath here for springtime fun. So if you were doing glass or something, since this is so brand new, I'd teach you guys, I'm going to show you what I would normally do. I'm using wood, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to take my shirt, and normally I have a towel, microfiber towel or something, and I fuzz the back of this, because if you're on a non-porous surface like glass or plastic, you want something in the back a little bit. And remember, you can wash it, but you don't want it to stick, or it'll be hard to kind of get that off. So let me make sure all that's dry. I want some leaves kind of in there in a different green, because I want a little pop. So I'm looking for mint, because it's light, or light colored green. And I know I had a jar of mint here earlier, so a new jar. But who knows what I did with it. I have a nice big inventory behind me, so we're going to use, this is mint. We're going to open up a new one of these. I decided that I was going to have, for the ChalkBox, all the new 3-ounce jars, so we can work with it. And I have a plethora of these 2-ounce jars that I am going to use for my classes. I have chalkboard clubs and classes for people to come by here in Butte, Montana, but we travel a lot of places because we're building a strong team. So I have teammates that also do classes all over the country. We're West Coast to East Coast and everything in between. So we'd love to have you join the team once again. It's so fun. We're going to do our first national convention ever in June, towards the end of June. I also went to the first technical leadership that we had, even though they did have some functions. I was invited to leadership in February. It was amazing. We got to learn so many tips and tricks of the trade, and there's really nobody else out there that can compare to us. So it's fun that we already started doing tips and tricks of the trade, and revamping our signature chalk paste and our bottles and things like that. So we like having very high quality product and making sure that we're the very best at it. So once again, if you'd like to learn any more about Chalk Couture, as you can tell, I love talking about it. My 6-year-old son will talk to you about it, and I'm surprised that Cullen is his name, has not jumped in to the chalk room like he usually does and show his little face on the screen, because he's not shy in any way. So I'm going to add those around sporadically so we can get a good layering going on. And I'm just going to kind of try to put things a little more around here. We'll find some more. I know I saw some sprigs. They look pretty big, but I really, really want them in there. So, and then some leaves. So I'm trying to look at them just so you guys know. But I think I want like a baby's breath kind of sprig, and I don't quite see that, but I think I'm going to use this one here. Pretty big, but you don't have to use, now remember, just because it's big, you don't have to use the whole thing. You can kind of just use a part of it if you want. We'll kind of play with it and see. And did I ask you guys, or if you started from the beginning, did I ask you guys, what do you think our biggest selling colored chalk paste is? Is anybody gonna jump in and comment? I love comments, and I haven't seen too many yet. Miss Susan likes to keep me entertained, and I appreciate her comments absolutely. Let's put that on there. I don't know that I'm ready to use the whole thing yet, but I have an idea with this one. I think I'm going to go in and use the canary a bit. This is our angled squeegee right here. I love how you can just kind of take the corners and do anything with it. You don't want to, oh, look at that. I'll show you guys how easy that is to take off. You don't want to contaminate your colors by mixing them, but you can mix colors. And I might have to show you guys a little bit of that, just since this is the, you know, a big kind of layered project. You can create new colors instead of contaminating them. Get a little empty jar or a little plate, mix some colors and make new ones. Make a rainbow or a tie-dye effect. And it just gave me an idea. So I'm doing canary there again, and I think I will do it here as well. Can you guys see that? Move that down a little. I love working with Lazy Susan, so I can just twist it around and act like a real artsy person here, right? Got my little palette going. So I'm going to show you guys the big chunk there that I just dropped because I'm a messy crafter. Ooh, Susan has some fun stuff coming in. How exciting, Susan. I love it. So do you guys see how I kind of swipe that and it's there? Once again, I'm just going to take a Q-tip. If I had my baby wipes right here with me, but I was wiping my son's face before we went to a little drop off something at the Chancellor's choir concert tonight. But I will take my baby wipe afterwards. We're done with this, and wipe that and clean that off. But I am looking for now, I want to show you guys, and I'm going to try to think of, this might be difficult to do it with, but I think I want to make multiple color little pom-poms on here. Or sprays, so I'll dry this off a bit. Remember, you can use a hair dryer too. So, you know, I never plan anything really. So whatever happens, happens. Kind of here on our beautiful little adventure together. I'm going to use one of our actual fall colors is brick. I just like the color though for flowers a bit. I'm going to kind of dip that in there. And remember, I said I don't want to contaminate things when I mix colors, but I'm taking some of that bubble gum with another stick, putting it here, and literally, oh, which one should I do here? Clean that off. You know, every time, so Susan says she's getting some inks and some transfers coming tomorrow. And I know she's saying this because anytime you guys, us as designers, get a box, every time, even if it's not for us, even if it's for our customers, do you see how I wipe those two colors together? I could make a new color. I want to show you guys this, but it's like Christmas for all of us when we get them. So that is very thin. You cannot see that. So once again, trial and error on live. Because that's so thin, it's hard to see on top of that. So I'm going to find something else to mix the colors with, hopefully. And what should I do? Maybe I should do this little circle hat, not even a full circle kind of thing there. Now when you're doing this, I like to take a little Sharpie and mark what each piece is, because you're going to clean these and put them all back on their backing again. And when all the pieces are kind of the same, it's hard to find, you know, what backing goes to what. So make sure and do that. That's a handy tip for you. So once again, let's add a little bubble gum in there and some brick. And remember not to go back into the jar with these sticks. You don't want to contaminate your color, but you can create a new color. And I just kind of swirl it around to make a different look. And then you'll be able to see it's kind of fun to do that. And because I've created a new color, I still have some on the end, so I can get away with one more here. And add that there. And you'll see it's a different version, a little mix. So if you want the colors to be kind of marbly like that first one, then once again, you'll just take one of your little sticks. I'm going to try a different. I'm going to do a little purple now with a little bit of brick again, and make a new color and just kind of swirl around. And sometimes if I don't get enough of a color, then I put that color back on again. And you just kind of don't even know what it's going to look like until it's there. So then I have enough on the edge of my little squeegee that I'm going to do another one over here and just cover that silk screen. And I'm not going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to do something else, but I just want you guys to see the variety of stuff that you actually can do. We're going to put some more flowers on. I think this time I'm going to do just that. Remember how we did kind of over it? I am just going to do this. I'm going to use the same color as I did before and just swipe over. So once again, I haven't really cleaned it yet. And it needs to be cleaned, I would say, now that I've done it a few times, used it once, 2 to 3 times. It does need to be cleaned with some water, but you can, as long as you're getting that excess off, you can get a good chalking, even if it's slightly dirty. You just want to make sure that your silkscreen area or the see-through area actually, you can get all your chalk paste through that again. So we'll do that there. Let's do a shot of drying. Remember that fireworky thing that didn't work there? I'm going to try it, maybe if I can find it, in the middle of this one. Maybe. What did I do with it? See, I stick everything on my ChalkBox to clean. And then, oh, here it is. But I'm going to clean it up a little bit with this water and paper towel before I put it on. So I'm just kind of cleaning it there, as you can see. Add some more water to finish cleaning it. I'm not putting the water on over my project because I don't want any water hitting that. So that's why I do it kind of off camera, but then you can see it's pretty clear now, right? Make sure that this is dry. I'm going to put that somewhere, kind of guesstimate where the middle is there. And I'm going to use some white. I go through white like crazy, and I'm surprised that I have not used more of it yet on this project. So this is my 2-ounce jar that I haven't used in a while. So let's see. Nope. I'm going to wait and add more water to that later because I don't want you guys sitting there waiting for it. And I'm going to open up my 3-ounce jar. These 3-ounce jars, the seals are so much nicer than the seals that we originally had 10 months ago. And I just keep saying that because I'm so amazed that we want to make sure we always have the very best product out there, and we're already making sure that we reformulate, we get the packaging correct. I mean, that's just how much work and thought goes into each and everything at Chalk Couture. So it's been an amazing ride. I cannot tell you. I hope you guys can hear the excitement because I am so in love. Besides having my son, who is a miracle child, I've never been so in love with something until now with Chalk Couture. So see, you can just kind of make a different kind of a flower with the same flowers that we've used. And then I will also do this over here. We've used it with pink, but I want to use it with something else. I do not know yet. How about peachy? Ooh, peachy you guys will like. Let me open it up over here. Peachy is like it looks pink, but it's not. It really is peachy. So, give another, turn that on accident. Let me get another stir stick. We'll put peachy on, and you're going to see a different color than you saw with the bubble gum, which is absolutely pink. And I'm going to take my rub it out squeegee. That's what I love these squeegees for, to rub it out. But I'm going to take that so I can really get all that excess back off. Put it back into my peachy jar. And are you ready for it? Oh, hold on. I didn't get... So sometimes when you start doing the reveal peel, is what I call it, you realize that some of it didn't get totally in there. Sometimes it's the thickness of your paste, and sometimes is you just missed it or something bubbled up. So that's what I'm trying to do here, is get the ends all the way done from that reveal peel. And there's the peachy. And I think it's the consistency of this because it has dried out a little bit. So remember earlier I stirred with my paintbrush. I'm going to go in later on and add a little more peachy to the outsides of it so we can do something there. So literally, this is just looking so stinking cute. You'll just keep layering and layering with this to make it very springy. You can add as little or as much as you want. I'm going to go for these big dots now to put on this side. Remember how we did those little dots there? Well, I want to kind of make something different here. So I'm going to do it in two spots, I think, actually. I just saw, maybe. It's kind of close for both of them, so I better think about this really quick. Okay, so I was going to put on that, but I think I'm going to put it in the middle of that. And I think I'm going to use, Thai teal, which I'm not sure that Thai teal is available right now. So just remember, with our inks, they're natural pigments. Sometimes we retire them because we can't get any more of that particular pigment, but then we bring in another color, and other times we just need to make another batch because we make them in-house right here in the good old United States of America, Utah to be exact, and it's our own patented, well, I don't know if it's patented, so I shouldn't say that. I should say, I'm pretty sure it is though. But we have our own formula that we really don't let anybody else find out the secret to that formula because we like keeping some secrets to ourselves. And when I say that, that's funny because it's not like I know the exact formula either. I don't work at corporate, but I sure do like to, you know, kind of entice you guys a little bit there. So I'm stirring up the Thai teal. I love Thai teal. It's kind of a brighter blue than that Caribbean that you saw. So we kind of just want a little different pop out there, and you're going to see the difference in that, absolutely the difference in that. The other thing that I want to do is take... Boy, I'm really using up this transfer. Look at this, guys. That transfer was huge, and I have really, really done it some justice here. The funniest thing is that I start getting all these different colors out, all these different things, and then I cannot find something I put down like my scissors. But you're going to see my ChalkBox move a bit because I do have more than one pair of scissors. I just don't like to open it up and use it too much if I can find the original ones that I was using. And I do love my Tim Holtz scissors. So let's go for some mint green again and put some, I'm gonna put that kind of off to the side but there, and add, sometimes you can do too much, and I am known for that too. But we're gonna just see how it goes, because you don't know until you try, right? So just remember, please go out and check out my website. You can shop or join the team at the chalkboxbyvictoria.com. Find me on Facebook. Like this, like and subscribe to this, please. Let's get this channel going so we can have wonderful chalkiness going on out there with everyone. Reach out to me anytime you want. But I would say I am just about done. You guys probably didn't see me do this little leaf right here, just so you know. I'm going to add some more here, I think, in darker colors. So let me find that one. There it is. And I think instead of mint, I'm going to go with a darker green. Oh, let's go with some. Oh no, we used emerald on the wreath, so I don't want to use that. So you know what? I've been dying to do this. You guys are going to think I'm crazy. This is my Nantucket, I believe. Yes, it is. It's a blue, a deep blue / green. I'm gonna take another angled squeegee. I love that little tip in the angled squeegee. Get a nice good coverage over that and put it back, all the excess back in, so we can have some 3D with the leaves. I usually keep my lives on Facebook very short, so this has gone long because I know people sometimes just want a quick, easy project, but when you're layering, you can't always do that. And you can always go back to YouTube and find a video if you want to watch it over and over again and get some tips. So that's why I'll probably do my longer videos here on YouTube. So just make sure and get all over that silk screen area, even if it kind of goes off your Lazy Susan wood board. And have a couple colors of the same leaf. I think that adds a lot. So love it. Absolutely love it. And then I'm going to show you guys, this is not from Chalk Couture, but I want to show you that we have, you can buy a sealant that's very cost effective at Walmart or Ace or Home Depot. This Krylon triple thick clear glaze or something like that for like $3. And you do a couple spray coats and it'll make it permanent if you want it permanent. My Lazy Susans are always permanent. So just so you know, because on wood, it's, you know, it's not as nice to take off, but even if you make mistakes, you can fix them. And I hope you've learned that from this YouTube video. Please like and subscribe to the ChalkBox by Victoria YouTube channel. Share, get everyone you know out here. Let's get this channel going. Go find me on Facebook, the ChalkBox by Victoria business page or Victoria Pagan, and go check out my website. Thank you so much for spending an hour with me today to make this beautiful creation. I usually do projects in minutes, but I wanted you guys to show you that you can do more than one color. You can layer, you can do whatever you want with this. If you want to make it simple, it can be very simple and elegant, but if you want to add color and do layers, you can do that too, and it's so easy. You're just wiping paste on. So go out and check out Chalk Couture, and until I see you guys again next time, keep chalking, and thank you so much for coming by. Have a great week, rest of your weekend, and a great night. Bye now. Woo. Bye, Susan. Here's a look. I'm trying to get high enough so you guys can get a full look. There you go. You're getting my Archon too, but there you go. See you later.